It's finally here. First off, I do apologize that it took me 5 years to finally make a YouTube channel, or that it took me 5 years to make a video for this video. If you guys haven't seen my announcement on TikTok, my original plan for this YouTube account is to post anime reviews whenever I post it on TikTok. For those that are new here that don't know what I'm talking about, every day on TikTok, I post 5 videos of doing an anime review per episode. Currently, we just finished season 1 of Komi Cant Communicate. I genuinely loved it. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out either on my TikTok or just in general. You can watch it on Netflix or anywhere else. I'm not sponsored by Netflix by stating that, by the way. As well with, we are in the middle of season 2, which I'll be doing a separate video like this of season 2 of Komi Cant Communicate. So to get down to business, what we're doing today is we're doing 2 tier lists. The first one is going to be a smash or pass on Komi Cant Communicate characters, and the second one is going to be basically what characters I genuinely liked and didn't like. Another thing is I will be putting their names on the screen when I'm talking about the character, just to make sure that you guys know their name and who I'm referencing towards. So with that all being stated, let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, here's the smash or pass. If you expected anything different, get some help. Most of the characters in this show are high schoolers, and your boy is almost 30 and ain't about that life. Don't know what else you guys expected from this anime with this tier list. Let's go ahead and get to the next tier list, which I can actually do, and which characters that I liked and what characters I did not like. There's 4 categories that I have here. The first one is we love them. Great character design overall, 10 out of 10, would love to see in the next season. Second is they're great. Basically, they're not as great as the we love them category, but they're better than a lot of the other characters. The third one is mid. They're alright, you know, they're chilling in the background. We know them, we vibe with them, but we're not excited when we see them, you know. And then fourth and finally is who? Basically characters that we don't remember or we don't really care for, or characters that we just flat out just don't like. Let's go ahead and get started with it. The first one obviously is going to be Komi, the MC of the show. The show wouldn't be what it is without them, so we obviously love them. They're great. I love their character design characteristics as well, referring to like how they slowly get comfortable with talking to a few characters, and I personally love the fact that she loves dad jokes. I'm a sucker for dad jokes, so that's an automatic love them. Second is, I don't remember their name, but this is the hairstylist. We only had them for 1 or 2 episodes, like for split seconds, probably less than 10 minutes of having them on screen. So I'm gonna put them in mid, just because I feel like there could be more of them. I do like the fact that they accommodate towards Komi with her communication issues, so she knows Komi very well. Next is, I want to say this is the individual that did the library scene, the character that smacked Najimi in the library and Komi and Hito Hito. That was the only thing I remember them by. I don't really care for them, so we're gonna put them in who? I honestly do not know who this character is. I want to say that they are part of like the trio, the boy squad. I forgot what the terminology that Najimi uses them for, but like the normies, I think that's what they stated them as. Since I don't even remember who this is, I'm just gonna flat out put them in who. Same thing with this next character. I want to say that it's they are friends with the stalker girl. You guys will know who I'm talking about once we go over to the stalker person. I don't know who you are. I at least think I know who they are, so I'm gonna put above this other character, but since I'm not 100%, we're just gonna flat out put them in who. This person we do know. We know that we've seen them during the the pool or the swimming episode, as well with a bunch of other episodes. We see them fighting over trying to get Komi's attention, as many of the other characters, but we don't know them that well, and I really do not care for them. Since we see them multiple episodes, I'm going to put them on the top of Who for now. Oh, the next is the Naruto guy. I want to say, like, we know who they are. I do like the ninja aspect because it makes a new form of comedy. So I want to put them at least on the bottom tier of mid, but they don't really do anything, you know, to the show itself. Next is Komi's father, which honestly, I personally love them. I like that Komi takes after her father and that they kind of have their own kind of like communication or like their own language, if you could say, especially during the ice cream scene where like they eat and then they're talking to one another, but like in gestures that they understand. So they're great. I can see great potential with the father. The brother on the other side, on the other hand, we only saw a glimpse of him in season 1, so it's like we don't really know who they are. So for now, I'm gonna put them at Who. Since we didn't really see them that well, I'm gonna just put them on the second right there, because at least we see the other guy multiple episodes. Next is Komi's cousin. We did see them interact with Komi a lot, as well with like overcome like a confusion aspect of Komi. I want to say that they're great. Just because that I do see great potential in the character with developing a better relationship with Komi, and I do like that it's kind of like a little sister to Komi. So yeah, Komi's grandmother. Honestly, kind of on the same pair with her hairstylist. I want to put them in mid because I don't really have any attachment to the character. I do like that, you know, they don't judge Komi, but it's like neither does the hairstylist. So we're just going to put them right below the hairstylist because we don't see them that well. Hito's sister, I would put them in, I love them, but we don't see them that much in season 1. I'm gonna put them in great right above Komi's father, just because she's funny when she does appear. Everyone knows them, and it's like she's a good character overall. The country girl. Okay, so I personally love them as a character. I think that the character has this individual has a lot of promise with them, as well with like I do like how it's a different aspect. Like it's just someone different. Like it's a country girl. She wants to be a city girl. She kind of wants to hang out with Komi and get lattes and go shopping with Komi, but she lives in the country. And then okay, so this girl only had one episode of showcasting, and then like a little bit towards the ending, like all characters did in season 1. I would put them in great because like I do like the character of like, you know, rating people by temperature and saying how great they are. They're a positive character, but I feel like we don't know them that well, and I feel like we should see them more often. Like it's an easily forgettable character basically is what I'm saying. So I'm going to put them high tier mid because they did have more of a screen time than I feel like the hairdresser did and the grandma, and at least we know who we're talking about when we say like, oh, the fire girl. Next is the announcer. I don't really care for them, if I'm being honest. He's just the announcer guy. That's his role. Like, cool, no character development. Next is the big sister. I love them a lot. You know what, we're gonna do it. We're gonna put them on the high tier of great, just because they have a great potential. They have good relations with Hito, and then later on with Komi as like a big sister role. And I just kind of like that aspect, you know, like everyone looks up to her and can rely on her. And then next is her sidekick, the airhead. And then right next to her, I'm just going to put her right below the big sister, just because like she creates a kind of like an environment of new comedy of like an airhead. And I mean, I've honestly laughed a few times whenever I saw her and when she did those silly little things. So definitely a great character. I like them. Next is Najimi. Honestly, love them. One of the best characters I personally have seen in any romance animes, just because they push the main characters to try new things, to explore, to evolve, to change their characters. Like they've put Komi in so many situations, having to talk or new experiences that she's never had. And also another thing I personally love about them is that their pronouns are they them. No one knows, what they're, if they're female or male. Like, everyone just respects and understands, like, oh, they them, and there's no questions about it. And I personally love that about it. Next, with them giving them their own title of Komi's lapdog, I personally, we know who they are, they're one of Komi's first friends besides Hito and Najimi. So, due to their character and their characteristics, I'm gonna put them in mid just because we do know who they are. I just don't like the whole being a lapdog title thing. The teacher, we know who they are, but we don't really care for them, so I'm just gonna put them, honestly, I don't even know where to rate her in the who. I'm just gonna put her right there because we know who she is. She's vibing. We do see her more times than the announcer guy and a few other of these people, so there she is. Okay, so now is Komi's profound rival. I really don't care for them. But at least I know who they are, and they do set a tone whenever they do show themselves, is to try to rival Komi. I'm gonna put them above the top person in mid for now. Maybe in the future they'll grow or they'll lower, but now is Komi's #1 stalker. I personally don't like her. I know of her, but I don't like her, so we're gonna put her in who, just because we don't talk to her. We assume we don't know her, but we know of her, but I don't like her. She's a creep. Komi's mother. Okay, I personally love her, but we only see her in certain situations that a parent would. I love the comedy of oh, I'm forever 17, or oh, hey, she basically pushes the envelope for certain situations to happen, and I love that. So I'm gonna put her on the top tier of great, but hopefully in the future we'll get to see more of the mother, and we'll have more of a favored spot towards them. Okay, Naka Naka. I personally love this character, simply fact because she's a gamer. She's the only gamer in the show. I'm a gamer. We're all gamers, If you're not a gamer, why are you watching anime? Go touch some grass. I'm kidding, by the way. Since the fact that I even know their name by heart, I'm gonna put them in their great. I kind of want to put them above Komi's mother, but that's a good spot for them, right below Komi's mother, just because I like the fact that they are a gamer and that they have their own form of humor. But in the future we could see more of them, and they can boost up into love. Finally, the last MC of the show, Hito. Honestly, automatically right next to Komi. I even probably surpassing Komi, but I'm gonna put him right below Komi, simply the fact because Komi's name is on a title. If it wasn't for Hito though, this show wouldn't be existing. The reason why I say that is because he took the initiative in the first episode to talk to Komi, to write on the chalkboard, and to get to know Komi on a deeper level, and was Komi's first friend. If it wasn't for him, it would be Komi doesn't make friends. That would be the name of the show. So I genuinely love him. I love his character design. So concerned what that flower is on the top of his head. Maybe it's a unique thing. Maybe the author likes flowers, or maybe wanted to do something with the flower, just didn't know how to do it. Maybe you guys have an answer for me regarding that. But final character, and honestly don't really care for them, is the hairstylist assistant. I at least know their role, but we've only seen them a couple of times, so I'm going to put them in who and right above the teacher, because I feel like I like them more than the teacher, if I'm being honest, but I don't really care for them still. And that is my tier list of my favoritism, or whatever you want to call it, of Komi Cant Communicate Season 1. We are currently watching Season 2, and I believe we're in the middle of Season 2 right now on TikTok. I do upload 5 TikToks a day of each anime, so if you aren't following my TikTok, go check that out. Also, feel free to check my other social media accounts. I have a main YouTube channel that I post other content. I haven't posted there in a while, but I am hopefully going to start posting more content on both YouTube channels, TikTok, and a bunch of other stuff. But with that being all stated, I do want to say thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you had fun and laughed, and if you feel like taking this tier list, comment below what your tier status is. Use your own tiers or whatever you feel comfortable with. I'd like to see it. I do hope you all have a beautiful day. Thank you so much again for your support. Peace.